Beating police officers with fists, pipes, sticks, bats, metal barricades, and flagpoles. These criminals came prepared for war.
And that set the tone for today's hearing on Capitol Hill about the attack on the U.S. Capitol last month. Security officials, including that former Capitol Hill police chief, blamed the scope of the attack on communication failures. Our Washington correspondent Samantha Manning breaks down what was said today.
The officials in charge of keeping the Capitol safe say they didn't know intelligence agencies had information about an imminent threat of violence. They say if they had known, they would have prepared differently.
Even our best efforts were not enough to stop this unprecedented assault.
For the first time, we are hearing publicly from those who were responsible for keeping the U.S. Capitol safe during the insurrection. Senators questioned the former U.S. Capitol police chief who resigned after the attack.
Why didn't you and others involved to be better prepared to confront the violence?
We expanded the perimeter. We took a number of steps to outfit our personnel with additional hard gear. We developed a plan for if we had protesters that may be armed.
But now you realize it wasn't enough, those security measures.
A 19-year veteran with the Capitol Police Department described the lasting impact to the officers that day.
I received chemical burns to my face that still have not healed to this day.
Security officials told Congress they did their best based on the intelligence they had at the time.
We all believed that the plan met the threat and that we were prepared. We now know that we had the wrong plan.
The FBI issued an internal warning about the threat of violent extremists planning for war the day before the Capitol attack. But the former Capitol Police chief says the extent of that threat was never properly communicated to law enforcement.
The focus going forward needs to be on the efforts to improve intelligence and the coordination of security measures between all involved agencies.
Another big question has been why it took so long to get National Guard troops to the Capitol for help. Lawmakers will be questioning defense officials about that next week. In Washington, Samantha Manning, Channel 11 News.